Hey guys, Zombie here, and I just want to talk to you guys about a movie that I reference a lot and talk about a lot, and absolutely love, but I have no clue if anybody else in the world knows about it. So I just want to tell you guys about it so you actually get the references that I'm talking about this movie. Because I love it, and I just figured maybe you'd want in on it too. What I'm talking about is the original Cabin in the Woods movie, Evil Dead, which interestingly enough is pretty much the inspiration for Cabin in the Woods because Cabin in the Woods with killing and blood and all that stuff. This is basically what it's like a tribute, you know? This is the original. And it had like almost no budget when they made it. It's basically a group of friends go into the woods, and then they find a book in there that looks kind of like this. It's called Notre Dame or the Necronomicon, or the Book of the Dead, depending on which movie you're watching. But yeah, when you read this book, it unleashes a demon in the woods that comes and possesses people and kills them and has them kill each other. And because of this, all kinds of hell is just raised and everyone's dying and there's blood everywhere, and it's a comedy and a horror movie that's not rated, so they can just pretty much do whatever they want. It's infamous for several very offensive and very bloody scenes, and it's awesome. And you either love this movie or you hate it. There's no middle ground at all. Everyone will tell you that. There's no middle ground. You either love it or you hate it. It's like Clerks, but bloodier. And of course, the Book of the Dead is made of human flesh and inked in human blood. There's all kinds of crazy stuff that it goes over, but mostly it's for summoning demons. Then after the first movie came out, it was such a huge success. They were surprised by that. They had almost no money to make it with. It took them 2 years, and then later on, with a different director, and not associated with the first company that did the first movie, they decided to do a second one. They couldn't use the footage from the first one because companies and legal differences. They didn't own the rights to their own movie. They made Evil Dead 2, which did a short recap in the beginning of it, but even Bruce Campbell himself has said that you could basically just skip over the recap and pick up the movie right when he starts flying through the woods, and that's how it follows the first one. So, and the book also looks a bit different in that movie. It basically looks like this in that one and in Army of Darkness. And in this one, it continues the story directly from where it was after the friends are dead and the house is tormenting him more. The demons in the woods keep on tormenting him, possess his hand, he chops it off, he gets a chainsaw hand, and he has his double barrel 12 gauge shotgun, which he calls his boomstick. He calls it the boomstick in the next movie, actually. And but basically, he goes through all this hell, and then him and a girl summon a portal to kill the demon and put the evil back in time, and it sends him back in time to the Middle Ages, and the book, of course, too. But that's where Army of Darkness picks up. Oh, and the second Evil Dead is a horror and comedy, but more on the comedy side. So it's a good balance, and it feels a bit more campy, cheesy, and it's fun. Everyone loves it. Army of Darkness is mostly, let's see, big hero, Middle Ages, in the modern times, and it's a comedy with action in it. That's generally what it is. And there's some cheesy romance, a lot of one-liners, because he is very famous for his one-liners, like Hell to the King, Baby, or Give Me Some Sugar, or those are all from him. He did those. Yeah, most of the one-liners that you will ever hear someone say in a bar came from Bruce Campbell. Is Ash. And this one, as you can see, he has chainsaw for a hand. This is the Screwhead edition because it has the alternate ending as well, which is harder to find. Because there are two endings for this movie. There's a supermarket ending, and then there's the kind of apocalypse, drink the potion ending. This has both of those, so that was a cool addition. But because of that movie, it reached a wider audience since it was more lighthearted, and it kind of cemented it into everyone's mind as a good complete trilogy because it finalized it in that movie and there was no cliffhanger really. So thanks to that, they got video games and stuff coming out too for it. This one's my favorite game for it personally, for the Dreamcast. Also, I'm doing a series now. Let's Evil Dead Hell to the King. There's a button dedicated to just doing cheesy one-liners. That's how awesome this is. And he's the voice actor for it. The same actor from the movie, Bruce Campbell. And then they did other movies, like they did Fistful of Boomstick, I think it's on PS2. And Xbox, I didn't have either of those systems. But they made this one for PC. Regeneration, a lot more optimized, but he was the voice actor in that, of course. And they just kind of continued the story in their own way, but it wasn't really canon. And then a couple years, well, several years later, in 2013, they released a complete remake, not from them, but from fans who wanted to do the movie justice, bring it back and remake it with a lot more blood. And it's modern times, it's more modern. It got so much blood that by the end of it, it was raining blood. It's a raining blood. Okay, I won't do that. But still, this is good. It's one of those where you either love it or you hate it. I loved it. It's freaking bloody as hell. It's awesome. And if you love it, then you love it. If you hate it, you hate it. I'll leave it at that. You should check it out. It's really freaking cool. But that had a little spoiler in the end of it where it showed Bruce Campbell and he's saying groovy at the end of it after the credits, and that kind of hinted off that there would be a series or a movie that featured him. And oh, now there is Ash vs. Evil Dead, which is now in its second season. And the joy of this is it's all him and his group, and it's continuing the story several years after Army of Darkness took place. So it's continuing directly from his movies, not the remake, but it's continuing it. It's very loyal. It's going over what his life was like, and then all this hell happens again, and he has to try and stop it from happening. And it has the same comedy style, the same kind of effects, but they have a lot more too because they have more money, way more money. But it's really good. It's funny. It's season finale's happening. I'm shooting this on Sunday, so it's happening tonight. I'm excited about it. That's why I'm doing this, because I'm just hyped up. But I just wanted to share that with you guys. That's where we're at. Season 2 is almost about to end, and I just love Evil Dead. I wanted to share that with you guys. It's been a big part of my life. I like Evil Dead. It influenced so many other things in our generations also. Whenever you see someone cutting up demons or zombies with a chainsaw, it generally came from that. That's generally where they stole the idea from. Chainsaw for an Arm, Hostel Gato from Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, that's a tribute. Cabin in the Woods movie, tribute. So, I just want to share it with you guys. If you knew that, cool, talk to me in the comments. I'd like to talk to you, because you're awesome. If you didn't know that, I'm happy I could help you learn a few new things about the Evil Dead series, because it's always been a favorite of mine. My cousins also, they always watch it with me too. And if you want to see all of them in a continuative story that makes complete sense, you should check out Evil Dead: The Epic Edit, which is a fan-made stitch together the 3 films so that they make sense in one continual movie that lasts for like 5 hours. It's surprisingly good. But I'm going to end it now so I don't go too long. I'll see you guys later. I hope you enjoyed this. I know I enjoyed just talking to you about it, so see you later.